Yo, what is going on, guys, and welcome to my first Lost Ark build video. I know that I've been gone for quite a while, but I do plan to make a series covering the optimal builds for every class in Lost Ark, current and upcoming, so be sure to subscribe if you guys are new to the channel and or are interested in that. Timestamps will be in the video description, and before I get started with the actual build, I want to let you guys know that the stuff I'm going to show you is super endgame and requires pretty much perfect gear, so I'm not telling you to go out and spend 500,000 gold to achieve this right now, but instead look at this video as a sort of bible or as the pinnacle gunslinger build, which by the way is the class that I'm going to be covering today, as they have been my main because cowboy. But anyway, like I said, just look at this video as a sort of like what a pinnacle gunslinger should be, and strive to get as close to it as possible as you upgrade your character and play through the game, which is basically what I'm doing as well. And one of the reasons why I started making build videos in the first place was also for myself. The first thing I want to go over is stat prio, because it is probably the most important thing and the most under-talked about thing when going over your character build. For Gunslinger, you want to split your stats between Crypt and Swiftness. The reason you'll want Swiftness over Specialization, which it does make your abilities do more damage, but the reason you want Swiftness is because of the insanely long animation locks that you have to put yourself into to get your big skills off. Swiftness will reduce the length of those animations and allow you to chain your mobility skills faster, which is, in most cases, your only means of survival because you are incredibly squishy. So when allocating your points, try to slot in 75% of your stats into crit and 25% into swiftness. Next, let's talk about engravings. For your class bonus, you will want to use Peacemaker. This will improve your handgun attack speed, your shotgun crit rate, and your rifle skill damage. For anyone that asks about time to hunt, do not use time to hunt. Losing access to your shotgun skills means more downtime on skills in general, which is a huge loss in DPS, especially because they do so much damage. It's also a huge loss in AoE mob clear for chaos dungeons. You lose access to most of your stagger damage and one of your interrupts, so it's just a huge no-no. And the best part is that you only need one level of Peacemaker, since the later levels don't give a whole lot, so you get the most bang for your buck from just level 1, so it's a really easy thing to incorporate into your build. For your engravings on your legendary accessories, aka the yellow ones, you're going to want level 3 Grudge, Keen Blunt Weapon, and Cursed Doll, 2 levels of Hitmaster, as well as your 1 level of Peacemaker. Eventually, when you start getting relic accessories, aka the gold ones, you'll be able to max out Hitmaster as well as add 2 levels of Adrenaline to your spec. Now I know what you're thinking.
That build looks like death.
And it really is, to be honest. You are already a super squishy class, and this is an even squishier build. It is the definition of glass cannon, but that's exactly what this class is. You basically get hit with one thing and you're already dead. So this build just makes sure that you actually do damage if you're just gonna die in one hit. The only thing I'll say is that if you're trying to put this build together as you're progressing through the game and you're not at 1370 yet or anything like that, do not use Grudge if you can't get it to level 3. And the same thing goes for Cursed Doll, because honestly, it is not worth it. It is not worth it whatsoever. Other than that, you can keep building up the other skills as best as you can. Now for your abilities. When you get to level 50, you'll have at minimum at least 254 to 261 skill points. Realistically, you'll have way more, but if you just power passed a gunslinger and you're looking to get a build together and you didn't do anything else, we'll just use this as a baseline. Let's start with the rifle abilities, because there are some that are nice and then some that are absolute dog shit, so it's very easy to explain. The abilities you'll want to max are Perfect Shot with Stable Stance, Precision Shot, and Enhanced Shot, Focus Shot with Quick Aim, Double Tap, and Final Strike, and Target Down with Quick Aim, Large Magazine, and Steady Aim. For your last ability, you should pick Spiral Flame for Chaos Dungeons and Catastrophe for Raids and Abyssals, since it has a built-in paralysis immunity. It has mid-stagger as well as weak point level 1, aka Destruction. For your shotgun skills, we will only be maxing out Sharpshooter, since it is by far the most damage-dealing ability out of any of the shotgun skills. And we're going to be using Special Bullet, In a Tight Spot, and Guardian's Breath. If you're doing Chaos Dungeons, just swap in a Tight Spot for Omnidirectional Fire. Your other abilities will be Dual Buckshot with In a Tight Spot, Last Request with Quick Prep, and Shotgun Rapid Fire. Now for your pistol skills, the only DPS skill you will use is going to be Equilibrium, and we're using that with Weakness Exposure, Enemy Raid, and Vital Point Shot. Some Korean players will tell you that this skill is not that great. I think they're capping. This is great for basically any situation. It's decent damage, great at clear. It has a really long crit debuff, which you will use basically all of the time, But other than that, your pistol skills are mainly mobility and utility. You'll have somersault shot and dexterous shot for mobility, quick step with life absorption for both mobility as well as a attack speed and move speed steroid, peacekeeper for mobility and also a counter, and then spiral tracker for debuffing and the grenade as a filler. Your final pistol skill should be meteor stream simply because it has mid stagger, comes off quicker than deathfire, and it also gives you paralysis immunity. For your awakening skill, you should use Eye of Twilight in every single situations except in chaos dungeons where high caliber bullet is better for quicker ad clear. Like I said, this is pretty bare, but it's because you have such little skill points. As you get more skill points, you should definitely get weakness exposure in your dexterous shot and the somersault shot upgrade that allows you to pierce through bosses, and upgrade your shotgun skills because they do mad damage, especially dual buckshot and shotgun rapid fire. Eventually, when you get to level 60 in 10 years and have max skill points, this is what your abilities should look like. For gems, prioritize your rifle and shotgun skills as well as equilibrium, and obviously slot them with damage gems, which will leave you with 5 slots for movement skills that you'll want cooldown gems for. For your runes, you'll basically want Gale Wind on all of your rifle and shotgun skills except Last Request, which you should slot with an Overwhelm rune. You should also use Rage on your quick step for even more move speed and attack speed, and Bleed or Quick Recharge on your Spiral Tracker or Dexterous Shot for basically a perma-bleed proc. A lot of bosses are immune to bleed though, so I do recommend Quick Charge for a lot of situations. And well, that's my Gunslinger build. I hope you guys found this video useful or entertaining, and like I said, I'll be using this as an example of what a perfect gunslinger is and slowly work towards it. Don't feel pressured to do all this crazy stuff if you're just getting into the endgame. Also, I've been playing this game by myself for about 99% of my playtime, so if any of you guys are interested in building like a static or just want people to play with, I am on NA East Latin. Feel free to add my characters or join the Discord, link is in the description. But yeah, having people to do alt runs and stuff like that or carries on lower level characters, I don't really have anybody to do that with, so if that is something that interests you, like I said, definitely stop by the Discord or just hit me up through my DMs. Also, if you guys like this video, if you like the way I presented things or anything like that, please let me know in the comment section for any suggestions, and also let me know what class you think I should do next. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.